Yeah. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I think we will begin the participation. That as people enter the session, we can follow up with questions they may have after the session is done. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for participating in launch and presentation of TIC Americas 2020. It's the 15th edition competition, and we're really excited to share the news of the new categories with everyone. And looking forward for some great innovative solutions by the entrepreneurs throughout the region, the Latin America and the Caribbean region. So my name is Rafael Pinto. I'm the coordinator of Eco-Challenge this year. We will also have Miss Akeda Venture, who is the coordinator of the innovation competition, also during this session. So I wanted to just begin by showing you the website, of course, of TIC Americas to have more information about the categories. You can get into ticamerica.net /en English. This program is sponsored and supported by the OAS, Organization of American States, YABT, PepsiCo, and PepsiCo Latin America. And we also focus and encourage the solutions to be focused on the development goals. The organizing organization we represent is the Young America's Business Trust, the YABT, which is a nonprofit organization that works in cooperation with the Organization of American States, and it helps promote social and economic development of young people around the world. We work through entrepreneurship, using entrepreneurship as a tool that contributes to the mandates and pillars of the OES, and really involving youth as social actors and promoters of solutions that have positive and the sustainable development goals. Since its creation 20 years ago, marked 20 years already this year of the creation of YABT, we have benefited and worked with over 100,000 young people in 75 countries worldwide. TIC Americas. TIC Americas is one program, and that's organized by YABT. YABT has several projects that we work throughout the region. TIC Americas is a consolidated support platform and business accelerator for young entrepreneurs in the Americas. Really, what it does is to provide guidance, training, mentoring, seed capital, and investment, as well as access to an international network of contacts through its program. Also, like I mentioned before, it's 15 years of the edition of TIC Americas. We've had 45,109 young people already involved and participating in the program in 48 countries, and we've received about 20,600 to almost 29,700 proposals over the years. And these proposals are ideas, business ideas, and also startups and businesses that already have traction. So it's really exciting to have read and seen so many of these creative ideas by the young people. The last 14 editions, and we wanted to highlight where they've been hosted. What makes it? This is what really makes the program a pioneer in the competition. We've really covered Latin America throughout the past editions, and you can see the timeline in each country. The last edition was in Colombia last June. And some of the information which I mentioned, the numbers. We've all a lot of the virtual trainings, which I'll talk a little bit later, is the boot camps, which are trainings online that the entrepreneurs can benefit from. And also we've involved experts, over 500 experts, as a role of mentors and online and judges throughout the process. So learning and mentoring that the entrepreneurs will receive throughout this program. What are the requirements to participate in TIC Americas? The requirements are that you have to have an innovative proposal, and we'll explain the categories that we are going to accept projects from, and it has to be innovative. And there's some requirements that we'll showcase on the website. You have to be between the ages of 18 and 34, and this is a requirement that we will have to check when if you are finally make it to the final pitch, let's say on the on-site edition, we'll have to check on the age group. So we want to keep it to this group. If you have someone in your team that's over 34, you can sign them up as a mentor, so to speak. But the person that will go to the finals will have to be in this age range. you have to be a member of the Organization of American States countries, which are basically all of these countries in the Western Hemisphere, from Canada to Chile, Caribbean, all the countries in between. And you cannot be the past edition. So let's go a little bit into the there are different areas that you can apply as a solution that you can present to. I'll highlight the Startup Challenge, which we have 3 specific areas this year. The focus is really inclusion and development, to invest in human capital that helps reduce the social and economic inequalities. So we have social inclusion that I can mention. It talks about more of an equitable participation of disadvantaged people on age, gender, disability, race, different groups perhaps that you have a solution, you have a project that can present more of an to integrate the different groups in society that can benefit them. So that's more of the focus for this category. The financial inclusion, a lot that we're talking about is fintechs and blockchain solutions, really, that allow businesses to access financial markets. So it's pretty straightforward, and it's a big boom in our region that's starting up, especially a lot of people who don't have access to banks and credits and so forth. Economic inclusion is also focused on inclusive access to labor markets, as well as entrepreneurship innovation, and that benefit economic development and opportunities for people. So that's a little bit more of the focus of economic inclusion. So this is the startup category, and you can, on the TIC Americas, which I mentioned, but we'll highlight again, there are you can click your challenge directly and register through that access. The other button that will be on the website is the Eco-Challenge. Eco-Challenge has a focus on identifying scalable and sustainable solutions that will allow us to go beyond the plastics use and to build a world where plastics will not become a waste, by reducing, recycling, and reinventing the use of plastic. Really exciting. This is a new category that we're working on for this year, and we're really excited to see the ideas and innovation that the entrepreneurs will provide for these. So it quickly, in general, the 3 areas that really has to be on this is idea that creating alternatives to bottle and bag materials, and how to replace them, for example. Solutions to post-consumer use of PET material. The other one that is focusing a little bit more on recycling, so ideas of how to recycle the BOP. BOP is the material used in packaging that comes in products. Again, these things that you can present, how to recycle, reuse, or reinvent it. And then the last is also a strong invitation to the Caribbean innovation that the entrepreneurs present. So a special opportunity for young people from the Caribbean to present their solutions. So a specific area just for the innovation from the Caribbean, which is an area we want to focus on a lot. For the Caribbean Innovation Competition, I wanted to allow the colleague, Akita Ventura, who is the coordinator of the CIC this year. If you want to read the next few slides, okay, welcome. Thank you again.
Thank you, Rafa. Okay, so my name is Akita Ventura, the program manager for the Caribbean Innovation, the YABT in the Caribbean, and I would present to you the Caribbean Innovation Competition 2020. This year is the 8th edition of the Caribbean Innovation Competition, and we have taken a different approach with regards to the competition for the CIC. This year, it will focus on resilience and climate change. As we know, in the Caribbean, we are affected a lot by climate change, even more now than before, and we want to be able to get solutions to address the causes of climate change and to assist to adapt to these solutions to address the issues of climate change in the Caribbean, the impacts of climate change. So the Caribbean Innovation Competition would have, it would be focused on supporting the understanding of reasons and effects of climate change. We're asking the participation of young entrepreneurs in the Caribbean to submit ideas of that we can use for that adaptation and mitigation. So with the adaptation focus, we're going to be developing innovative solutions. They present innovative solutions that will allow the citizens and the businesses in the Caribbean to adjust to the new realities of climate change. As I said before, it's affecting all the Caribbean islands right now, the whole entire world, but more so the Caribbean. We need to be able to find these solutions. With the mitigation, we're looking for tools and mechanisms that can allow the Caribbean to reduce and eliminate the social, economic, and environmental impacts of climate change in the Caribbean. Another aspect for the special focus for Caribbean Innovation Competition this year would be sargassum and natural disasters. Recently, over a month ago, we would have had in the Bahamas the destruction by Hurricane Dorian. And we know that many persons would have lost a lot of their homes and stuff. So if we have management systems, disaster management systems that could alert persons quicker and be able to have persons ready in time so that these disasters would not have that much effect on them. I mean, there are things that we cannot control. For example, the flooding and stuff, the hurricanes, we cannot control those. But if we have systems in place that can assist with alerting persons, the management of these things, then it would be good. So sargassum, we all in the Caribbean, up to Florida, are experiencing sargassum in the Caribbean. So we were looking for entrepreneurs in the Caribbean to get an opportunity to present innovative and sustainable solutions to respond to the diverse threats and opportunities that sargassum presents for the Caribbean. We also want to raise the awareness of the occurrence of sargassum across the Caribbean as part of the Caribbean Innovation Competition. Turn you back to Rafa.
Thank you, Akeda. I just want to highlight that we will be accepting questions from the participants after we finish the presentation, because I see some people raising their hand. So thank you so much. The deliverables. What are these deliverables? On the website, you're going to see in the TIC Americas. I'll show you the website again in the end. You will be able to choose which category. We talked about Startup Challenge. We talked about the CIC, Caribbean Innovation. And each of them in the rules and the deliverables you'll is required of the material to upload in the platform of TIC Americas. So for the Startup Challenge, you can see that we're recording this plan, and we have templates that you can guide. It'll be a guide for you to set up your business plan presentation. A promotional video, it's mandatory. This is for the Startup Challenge. Remember, website, online presence. This could be a page, a blog. It's not per se. Also, the business canvas model are very aware of and very popular. But this one is more of an optional, and a profile is optional. We mention optional because perhaps your business idea is not at the stage to receive investment, but if you have these two additional requirements, canvas and the investment profile, it's also a value added, and it's good for your presentation, for the judges to learn your project. So the minimum is to follow the mandatory requirements we have. Eco-Challenge, again, we have templates for all these when you go through our website. So there's a business project template that you can download, and you can follow, and you can guide as a reference for your uploading of your material, of your business idea. Again, the canvas as well, which is required. All these are required, and a website or online presence. Again, could be Facebook and through the Eco-Challenge. And remember, I just want to reinforce, Akeda, the Caribbean Innovation Competition, which have specific categories, areas. in the Eco-Challenge I mentioned below before, they have also opened up. We have a category for the Caribbean innovation in those areas we talked about, the plastic and the plastic economy. So as a Caribbean entrepreneur, you can apply also with your ideas for the Eco-Challenge as well. The deliverables of the Caribbean Innovation, again, on the website, you'll see it's a business plan, project, market validation, a prototype, presence, and a graphical presentation. These can be videos, it can be a slideshow to show a little bit of the presence of the project. How do we register? How do we start? So we have here just examples. So on the website, again, you can see the website, TICAmericas.net. Through TICAmericas.net, if you scroll down the website, you'll have 3 buttons. You'll have the three competitions right there, the Startup Challenge, Eco-Challenge, and on the main website, and you enter that link where you will then have access to, just an example, to register. And you can category that was presented here within each of the categories. So it's pretty simple. On the main website, you choose which of these competitions you want to apply for, where your solution fits into which category best. And from there, it's pretty basic, where you fill out a registration and then you start the material. As an example, this will be the inside of your profile, let's say. So this is from Colombia. You have in the bottom there, it says requirements where you upload your business plan, you upload your link of the website, you upload the business canvas. So it's pretty clear, but we will obviously always be available for any questions and clarification you might have when you're already in the system, in your internal process. So a stage before this, after you register in the website, you'll just fill up your name, your team name, and so forth, and then you'll get into your own profile of the project, which is what we're looking at here. Another part of the internal platform for your accounts, for your project, has specific questions we ask for you to answer as well. Remembering that by these answers you're putting there, and there you can see how you can upload your files there, choose files, so forth. It's accessible during the stage, which is the semifinals, which takes place in January to February. And so everything you're going to be inputting in these boxes and uploading, the judges will have access, will be using it to judge your project based on the criteria that we have for the projects. Akeda, you want to take over for the next 2 or 3 slides, please? Akeda, can you hear me? Or else it's not a problem.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Sure, no problem. Okay, so the semifinals, we have 2 stages of the TIC Americas: the semifinals and the finals. The semifinals is where the judges, a panel of international judges, will carry out evaluations on all the projects. Each of the projects that were submitted, once they would have meet the criteria based on the rules and regulations as described on the website, once all these criteria have been met, the evaluations are carried out. The finals, once they would have made the final stages, the finals will be held in June 2020 as part of the 50th OAS General Assembly. Can we have the next slide, please, Rafa? Next slide, please.
The boot camp is Akeda?
Okay, yeah, sure. Thanks. We have a boot camp session that will be started next week. It starts in 2 weeks, where we'll have, it's an online session. It's an opportunity for online training for all participants of the competition. Maybe you may not have an idea yet, or you're thinking of doing a project and you need an extra push. You can also log on to our bootcamp sessions It's a virtual training session. We have mentors that are also available online, and we have business resources. So you can register on the website to do the training sessions, the bootcamp sessions. And this is the website here. You get the bootcamp sessions on www.yabt.net/bootcamp. The timeline of activities for the TIC Americas 2020, where we would have opened the competition on 23rd September, and it runs until December 31st, 2019. Registration deadline. The deadline is on the 31st of December, 2019. All your ideas should be in by the 31st of December. Between September to February, we would have the bootcamp sessions. Evaluations, like I said earlier, for the semifinals takes place from January to February 2020. March 1st would be the announcement of finalists. June 2020, the finals would take place within the 50th OAS General Assembly. Okay. The finalists. Each finalist team receives a scholarship to travel to the country where the finals would take place. So if you're a finalist, if your name was your team is announced on March 1st, you will get the opportunity to go to the country that the finals are being held to participate in the final evaluation of the competition. The finalists will receive preliminary training before and during the finals to further improve the strategy and business model when it is presented to the committee of judges. It's a very good experience. So we're all hoping that we have a good cross-section of finalists this year for the TIC Americas 2020. The winners of the Startup Challenge and CIC categories will receive a cash prize for seed capital, and it will be announced later. There are other opportunities that the winners would receive: international recognition, an opportunity to meet and greet with other entrepreneurs of similar nature with like your product, your business ideas, and so. The winners of the Special Eco-Challenge category will receive a cash prize of $5,000 each, and this is allocated as a seed capital for the further enhancement of your business. Okay, Rafa?
Great, thank you so much, Akeda. Yes, so I want to stress that point that Akeda mentioned. Making to the final is already a huge win and an opportunity for the finalists, because as you can see in this picture, there's a picture of all the finalists in Colombia. Of course, we only have those with the big check are the ones who received the money award. But behind of all this, all the finalists were interviewed by newspapers. They met investors, met with partners, organizations. So making to the final is a huge opportunity for the finalists to network a lot and find clients and partners. So yeah, so it's really worth it. The experience and the seed money, of course, helps, but I think just being able to be in the finals gives a lot of leverage to the business. So this was in June, which is the final in Medellin of 2019. And to end, these are the contact information. We'll also send contact us. We can connect as well with Akeda. And I wanted to just open up. If anybody has questions, you can hand the little hand button, which is over in the system, or you can send a question by the questions. If you go down, there's a question button. Here we go.
We have 3 questions, Rafa.
Okay, it's
two questions. The person is asking, they want to know about registering. Okay, so you can go on to the TIC Americas website. Rafa, can you pull up the website information so we can
absolutely
show it to them?
Here it is.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Can you see it?
No, I'm not sure if they can see it now. So at least he can
Can I,
write it down also. So, no, it's not there. It's
can
just your email, your contact information that's there.
Oh, can I now? I put the website there. Took a little, sorry, the system takes a little bit, a few seconds. Can you see the website now?
Yeah.
Can you yeah.
No, it's not it. But
I have the TICAmericas.net.
oh,
Can everybody see
okay,
it?
so it's TIC Americas. I'll type it in for to answer the question. It's TICAmericas.net, and then you have the option of going to all of the different categories of competition.
Yes, this is the main, Cameron, thanks for the question. You can, in the website, TIC Americas, if you pull down, you'll see the three options, which is Startup Challenge, Eco-Challenge, and the Caribbean Innovation Competition. And there you can register. Does anybody have a question? I can actually open the mic. We can discuss as well, or you can also type it like Cameron did. Has some doubts, questions, how to register, to go over the categories that we presented. That's open for the project. Cameron, were we able to respond to your questions? It says you have another question on will actions take will have a direct impact on climate. I mean, that's what we're looking for, innovative by entrepreneurs that can make a real difference, that can help. So that's that we wanted to definitely encourage people to register their ideas. Perhaps what I can do is I can share the website, if that helps, directly. If you allow me a few seconds, I can go through the. It might be easier to show you how to register. Can everybody see my screen, the website? So Cameron and everybody, let me just show you how to register the website. This is the main website. Remember, TICAmerica.net. Right below, you'll see the three categories which I mentioned, and from there you choose where you want to. Actually, let me go to the English. My apologies. The top here where you can change. Put it in English. Hello, can you? Okay, sorry, sorry, it's my internet on my side. So from there you register from the website, and when you press register, the internal platform where I showed before the slide, and that's where you upload onto the free. So from the main website of TIC Americas, which I mentioned, you click on the three options here of which competition you want to register. Is that clear? Anybody has any questions that I can get? Okay, perfect. Okay, great, Cameron. I saw that you everything clear, perfect. Anybody else have questions? You can always come through our to follow up. Perhaps Agata, if you wanna, we can put our emails again in the chat. That might be helpful for everybody.
Sure. They can use the CIC one.
I'm gonna put mine as well. Yes. CIC at YABT.net.
That's right.
Oops, see if I work here. Send to all. Okay, so if any can, yeah. So anybody else has any questions? We have a little bit more minutes left to opportunity to take in doubts if you have and have us show you any information you need again. if we don't have any other questions, we just thank everybody for your patience and participation. We will definitely be following by email if you have any questions, and encourage you to participate. It's an exciting program. It's a lot of free training, a lot of mentoring, and we hope to see you at the final, but we're here to help you along the way. So that is, yeah, if you have any other questions. Thank you so much. Gator, do you have any other final?
Just want to encourage everyone to participate and submit their projects as soon as possible. Don't wait until December and get frustrated. So register now, make your changes before December 31st if you have to. Participate in all the bootcamp sessions and send us an email if you have any questions or any concerns. And thank you for participating.
Absolutely. Thank you again, and reach out to us if you have any questions or need more guidance. Thank you so much for your participation as well. Thank you.